Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
All right, mic check. All right, there we go. Yeah, that did the update, and yeah, this wasn't working, but hopefully the music was working. But yeah, I don't know why that happens all the time. So, but all right then. Shout out to everybody that's here now. Definitely glad you all are made it here for the weekend. We're midway through the month. I'm just getting over the flu. At this time last weekend, I couldn't sleep on Friday night. Saturday, I pretty much slept off and on all day. Didn't eat anything. Woke up Sunday morning. Was like, I gotta get to the doctor. Made my appointment. Got to the doctor on Monday. Got the diagnosis. Been taking Tamiflu and drinking orange juice ever since. Just now started to get the appetite back. So appreciate all the well wishes. Glad that you all are here now. It's been a tremendous week in gaming. We'll go over some of the stories here, not all of them because everybody knows what the main ones are. Big shout out to people that are here: Briaros and El Nini. JP Loco is in the house. Shout out to him. And Alexandria says hello. Alexandria is in the house, and so is S and Kev. What's going on? So yeah, yeah. It JP Local said his 59-year-old uncle got a Xbox Series. Okay, well, yeah. Certainly hope they enjoy it. Certainly hope they enjoy it. So, and the wonderful Jenna Hayes is in the house. So we are here. We are live, and I'm not gonna say the infamous words you all want. We're out here. No, we're not. I mean, I'm in the house. I don't know where you guys are. Um, some changes here. I set a little modest goal up there of 5. Let's see if we can get 5 super chats in today. If not, that's fine. I'm gonna go out and try to buy Space Marine today. I got my little game. My niece has bought me a $40 gift card for the holidays, so it's time to go ahead and use the gift card. So, but let's go ahead and get started with the week that was, and it was a tremendous week. Let me see if I can let me start sourcing this story here. Let's see here. Okay, let me put that in there, and then put in. Oh, this came out and about 3 or 4 days ago, and then we're going to use this. Actually, we can go to PlayStation Lifestyle here, and let's see here, which I think is very important, especially in the gaming space. And I know people talked about this because I was listening and I was sick, so and I just couldn't come out and say, "Wait a minute, what are you talking about?" But let me see if I can remember how to do this. Let me go to my sources. Let's go to the media file. Did I add a source? No, that's not it. Oh man, I have to remember how to do that. Put my stories up there. No, it's not video. It's not game capture. Is it window capture? No, it's not window capture either, is it? I'll figure it out here. Hold on, hold on. Oh my goodness gracious. That's how out of it I was. Not that, it's not that. I thought it was screen capture. It is screen capture. Okay, there we go. All right. So this story came out, and this actually did playing the he's looking forward to playing Farm Simulator. Oh, there you go. Yeah, as long as you play the game. Yeah. So if you didn't know, and I know you did, and this was talked about, so I'm gonna give you my opinion on it. This is something that King Thrash and myself had talked about. So shout out to Thrash. But Xbox almost got shut down 3 years ago. 3 years ago. So, but Satya Nadella gave Game Pass a chance, and says here that Nadella is often blamed by the Xbox community for pushing platform exclusives onto rival PlayStation. But if this report is any indication, this is a choice he had to make in order to save Microsoft's embattled gaming division, which is exactly what we had told you guys. Like, it had gotten so crazy that they were going to start putting their first party games on Xbox. And now you're starting to hear things like Gears of War and Halo and things like that are possibly coming. And Microsoft Flight Sim, I heard that earlier. But again, we've been talking about those games for. I know I've been talking about the Flight Sim game for at least a year. And I'm like, Sony needs something to go on that VR. I mean, again, it doesn't have to be the Flight Sim game is to me makes the most sense. And there are plenty of VR games. That's just me being a little bit selfish. I want that Flight Sim game over. I think it'll get a new life over on PSVR too, because the Flight Sim game Microsoft makes is really good. And there's other Flight Sim games as well. Also goes on to say that they went ahead and they bought Bethesda and Activision Blizzard King because they had to buy them. They actually did believe that if Sony had gotten their hands on Starfield and made Starfield they were going to make Starfield like a 1-year exclusive on PlayStation. That's what they were negotiating. But so it caught Sony off guard when Todd Howard went dark, and then 3 weeks later, boom, Microsoft buys the company. So, but had they gotten their hands on Starfield, they do believe it would have been kind of a dagger in the heart, so to speak, for PlayStation. It says here that I'm sorry, for Sony, for Xbox. It says the information suggested that Game Pass is still falling short of its goals. Microsoft is reportedly targeting 100 million Game Pass subscribers by 2030, which means that's to figure out a way to triple. So that means they're at about 30. They're at about 25 to 30 million. Hence for triple its subscription numbers within the next 5 years. This is why I've said before, I don't think there's going to be another console, but this is why I was saying. So So just the majority of the gaming market doesn't really want a Game Pass. Says this is where people got that from. People don't want Game Pass, all right? And it says now that Microsoft is a major game publisher and Xbox expanding to more platforms, including PlayStation. There it is, black and white for everybody. Game Pass failing to achieve its goals might not spell doom for the business. I agree with this. I think this is a very good article. This comes from PlayStation Lifestyle. So this is a cat box. This is an Xbox that goes on the wall. So yeah, I don't have an issue with what Microsoft is doing. I've said this 100 times, and that they're gonna do whatever they need to take to try to save that at the Xbox. And you know what? When Microsoft has shut down Zoom, they've shut down the Windows Phone. They do things like this, so it wouldn't have shocked me. But they are expecting a nice infusion of cash from the PlayStation community. That's what they're expecting. They're expecting a nice infusion of cash from the PlayStation community when their games do move over. And it's going to be some big ones. Halo, the MCC collection is going. Like I said, Flight Sim is going. Gears of War, I think the remaster, if you want to call it that, will probably go. I think they will hold off on the I think they will hold off on E-Day. I think they want to be able to give E-Day its own life on Xbox, and they should. They should. Make sure you get the likes up, people. Make sure you get the likes up. I know it's early, it's Saturday, you're still waking up, you're working out. Make sure you just click like. That's all we need you to do. So, yes, it is Inauguration Day on Monday. It's also MLK Day, and I am off work on Monday. So, that is pretty cool. So definitely we'll be watching all that. I think they moved the inauguration indoors because this is supposed to be like minus 3 degrees in Washington. So Vince Virtual says Arcane Age just came out on PSVR. Might want to look at it that way. Yeah, I mean, again, it's not like they don't have really cool games on VR. This the only one I really like playing is the only one I really play is Call of Duty. I mean, like I said, Resident Evil 4. I've got Resident Evil 4. I'm not gonna, but I'm already like, I think when I looked at you look at your gameplay as far as how much longer you have, I'm already like 48% through it. So I'm like, well, I'll just go ahead and finish it at this point. So you saw Microsoft Flight Sim at 2024 at EB today, $189.99. Just for the game, or does that include all the other stuff that comes with it? So, Capono in the house, how you doing? So, Jenna Hayes said, "Don't ask me. Don't act nice on this stream. I need to act like I'm furious and angry because of the cancellation." Oh yeah. Like I really, yeah. I'll talk about that here shortly. This is not as big a deal. RE7 on VR was crazy. Yeah, see, I don't have that. I don't have Resident Evil 7, or maybe I do. No, I don't think I do. I beaten Resident Evil 2, then I beat 3, and I'm gonna beat 4, and before I jump on to anything else. So, but just so you know, so they were damn near close to canceling Xbox, and they still might. They still might. You know, I'm just, you know, I've been told some pretty crazy things that they are looking into winding Xbox down, and let's just see if they do. Now I'm looking at TVs, so no, nothing really standing out here. Now, I'd stay away from that Samsung QLED. So, just anyway, if you didn't see the TVs at CES, oh my goodness, that new LG, wow. So let me see if I can find an LG C4. I'm pulling this up here. Bear with me here. Okay, so yeah, they still are wanting. Now here's a 3 series. The 3 series. Let's Let's see what we pull up here. Oh, they only have one size. Okay, they have an out of box size. They don't have. See, I wouldn't mind the C3. Shout out to C3PO. But I would want something in the 48-inch range. I'm just not finding it. All right, it happens. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, guys, but back over to you all. Certainly hope you all are having a good one, a good Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, wherever you guys are. So let's see here. So JP Logo said everything's included. I heard that. Yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing right there. That's what's up right there. I think I didn't beat. Yeah, Resident Evil 7. I did finish that. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I did finish that. Yeah, I did beat that, I believe. So, going back a while. He's still your LG CX. Yeah, that TV was a monster. What they did with the newer LGs, like the B and the B and all that, is with the B is in essence the CX, but it's stripped. It's got some stuff taken out of it to make it more of a of a gaming TV. Make sure you hit the like button, people. That's all we're asking. Let's see here. So JP Local is Baltimore. All righty. So moving to our next story, which was the big story of the week. Hold on. Big story of the week was Xbox almost getting turned off, so to speak. You want to look at it, call it that. So Xbox almost being turned off by Microsoft. People starting to come to terms with Xbox going third party, the people online being upset. I just stayed out of that. One, I was sick. Number two, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have said anything anyway, because why would I be bragging about something I said was going to happen a couple decades ago? Well, it felt like a decade ago, about 3 to 5 years ago, when I was a guest on not 60 frames, on the round table. So I was a special guest on the round table. Make sure you all go check that up. Thrash needs to repost that if he's listening. I get Thrash to repost it. 184.85 is still highway robbery. All right, if you're it depends on what version you're talking about. If you're talking about the highest end version that gives you all the planes and all the airports, that's probably why it costs that much. So, but if it's just the basic version, then I would say that's highway robbery. But again, I want to make this clear. If it's the version that has, because we got to remember, it's got a lot of airports, but it don't have all the airports. That's one of the issues people have. That's why they have like 3 different versions, because the middle version, which is the version that most people see, most people actually get, is the that middle version. That's like $99. So yeah. So that's why it was probably so expensive. My next question is, what games what version did it have? What version did it have? So now we'll move to the big story because my throat is sore. You all, I know why you're here. So shout out to the people who emailed me. Make sure I was doing okay. Let's see here. Here we go. Well, let's start with another news here. I don't know. I think this game is coming back. I've heard people start to talk about this. I've never played this before, but apparently, and it could just have been somebody being silly. But apparently, there's some game coming out or that's coming back called MotorStorm or MotorStorm. So I don't know if you all played that. Sony Evolution Studios made that game, but Sony published it. So I'm just letting you all know right now. I've never played this game before. So I'm not here. I don't know what it's about. I mean, it looks crazy to me. I'm just looking at some of the stuff, and it looks like it's a racing game. And I'm trying to just see some. Yeah, it's for PS3. Okay. And let me see if I can just find some gameplay. Oh, okay. Oh, well, this is like an arcade-style racing game. I'm just looking at some gameplay. Shout out to Benedict. I'm not gonna stream any of it. So yeah, this looks like an arcade-style racing, and the Sony actually does need to try to get their hands on one of these. And yeah, here you go. Yeah, yeah. This is exactly what they need. Because and the reason why they need something like this is because of they don't have anything like it. So this will go ahead and get that taken care of. Looks like. So if this game comes back, is this a game that you're interested in playing? It's called MotorStorm. It looks like it's an arcade style racer. There's a bunch of ramps and loops and jumps. So, and I've been saying before, you get that out, you get VR support, you'll be fantastic. So let's see. Jenna Hayes now says to be furious, all you see is red. Yeah, I'm over here screaming at the top of my lungs for something that Sony said they were going to do. So, but yeah. Oh, Ice Queen is in the house. Ooh, we have the lovely ladies of gaming. Ice Queen and Jenna Hayes is in the house. So, Ice Queen says that she finally got a appointment. Oh, okay, well, great. That is great news. I'm not sure what it is in England, but yeah, it took me over about close to 6 months, and I work in healthcare, but it took me close to 6 months. But once you get in, you're in. That's the main thing. Once you get in, you're in. So JP Local said it doesn't come with a disc. Oh man. Well, that's yeah. I think the next two versions were digital, but I don't know. I enjoy the flight sim game, but it's niche. It's not a huge selling game, so I think it going to PlayStation makes a lot of sense. So. But yeah, let's start recuperating your money. It's about recuperating the money. So, could benefit from 60 frames. You talking about MotorStorm? So yeah, just in case you didn't know. Also, something else I want to add. I just saw this. Big shout out to Foxy Games UK. And shout out to everybody else who reported this. DSSR 2.0. Jedi. So if you don't know, well, I don't want to use that. All right, we'll use WCCF text. So if you don't know, this is one of the things we were talking about. If you bought a PS5 Pro, that you were not gonna be stuck with PSSR for just a little bit. They were going to improve it, and what in the world? Window capture. Oh. Nope, that wasn't it. How did I just do that? Damn it. I still had brain fog from that flu. It did knock me down. Display capture, is it? No, that's not it. Look, I just had this up here. Sugar free. Not videos, not games, not alert. Screen capture. There it is. There it is. Okay. So this is what we were telling you guys about. that this is another version of PSSR. It's not even been out 90 days. They already have updated it. I've been told this is like PSSR 1.3 or 1.4 patch. So if you don't know, you have a lot of the older code that was out that they did not. They, being the developers, did not use the PSSR. But now you're starting to see what we were trying to tell you guys amidst all that bullshit of, oh, well, who needs it? It's not for this. And it's who's it for? Again, I'm going to say it again. What the PS5 Pro is for, who it's for. It is for the people who want to play the PlayStation games at the best graphics, best fidelity, best graphics, best sound, and best frame rate that they can get. Now, again, if anything else off of that is a bonus. So Star Wars is an EA game. Star Wars Survivor, is an EA game. So if it's an EA game, why are you so pressed about it getting the update? It's a third-party game. So any third-party games that update, I think is fantastic, but that's not why you should get a Pro. You should get the Pro for the first-party games, not the third-party games. Some of the second-party games, Nova, people were talking about, Stellar Blade and things like that. Lost Souls aside, I think that's a second-party game. And and of course Phantom Blade Zero, those are games that if they get patches, that's fine. I think Stellar Blade did get a patch, but the other two games they may not get one. So if you're buying the Pro with an understanding of every game is going to have some kind of patch on it, that simply is not true. That is not true. So don't get caught up in that BS. But for all of us who bought the Pro, this is what we were talking about. Like, hey, look, not every game is going to have an enhancement. They don't. Mark Cerny said they don't have to use the Trinity patches, so they can't they can't force a dev to do that. They want their first party to do it, however. So yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, MotorStorm is in premium. Okay, cool. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with something called a MotorStorm. So they may be bringing that game back. Sony's going to opt in doing some safer projects because of everything that's happened with their live service. So now let's go to the meat and bone story here for the next few. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me do this right now. Starting to get back into the hang of it here. Let's see here. No, not that. Okay, let's go to PlayStation Universe. And let me go here. Let me go here. Now I can go ahead and go to there, window capture. Why is this not? Am I hitting the wrong button again? Screen capture. All right, the update moved things around. All right. So now let's go ahead and get into it. PlayStation has canceled 2 unannounced live service games, reportedly including a God of War game from Bluepoint. Okay. So let's start at the beginning. When Concord came out, after Sony had their issue with Concord, they said they were going to reevaluate all their live service games. So let's talk about what Sony has said publicly. They're not going to stop doing live service games. Now, should they have done 12 to 14? The answer to that is that was a little, and I said this, that was bullish. Code Violet is a new PlayStation 5 exclusive. Really? I'll have to look up that. We'll look that up when we're done here. I promise you. Code Violet. Okay. Wow. That's cool. And so let's talk about this really. This is not. I want to make this clear. I thought Sony trying to do 12 to 14 live service games was bullish. I thought maybe 5 to 7. And that's roughly where they are. They're still doing the Horizon game. They're still doing Marathon. They're still going to do I think they're going to do another Destiny game. So those two games are coming. They still have Fair Games coming. And I can't think of the other game. Maybe it was Marathon. All right, Horizon, Marathon, and Fair Games are still coming. Those games are still coming. And you still have MLB The Show. And you have GT7. And you have Helldivers 2. And you also have another game I do want to show you all. I should have showed you all. I don't know if you all have seen this Armor Reforger game that's on PlayStation. It's on PlayStation and PC. It is exclusive right now. So let me see if I can just pull up some video of it. And so let's pull up some PS5 gameplay here for you guys. And I'm not going to show it all. So, and let me see here. No, I don't want to use that. Maybe have an official channel, maybe. All right, we'll just go to this right here. We'll go to this right here. Let me bring that up there. I'm going to just show you this. This is from PlayStation. There's going to be no sound. So here you go. So here we go. There's no sound, but I'll do a little sound. Hold on. Let me do a little sound. It's on PlayStation's channel. So let me do that. Let me turn my mic off.
All assault team leaders, breakers, calls, and rewards.
Have worked wonders. As you well know, gentlemen, we've been riding on the coattails of surprise. That is a luxury we no longer have.
PlayStation.
All right, so that is another. Again, if you're into those military shooters, certainly hope you could hear it. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw that video. I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this right because I'm still brain fogged out. So, that game does exist, and it's a good game. It's just not a lot of people are playing it, and I can't say they're not playing it, but a lot of people within the quote PlayStation Nation are not playing it. Now, I'm gonna try to buy it today and maybe play with J-Dub and see how that goes. Sorry, El Nini, he was able to hear it. Okay, so again, shout out. That came from PlayStation's official channel. So I'm thinking about buying that today and then going ahead and going from there. So see if anybody wants to play that. Now we're all right. So the whole live service thing. These games were unannounced. So these games were still in the cooker, so to speak, and they got rid of the games. So as far as the selective outrage, remember I told you guys there was a difference. You were going to have Sentinel events. I told you guys this. You were going to have Sentinel events that were going to separate your gamers from your fanboys. These fanboys are still upset that something called The Last of Us Fractions or Actions or whatever it's called they're mad over that. Like, again, I never played that game, so I don't know what was so special about that game. What they did with The Last of Us was perfectly fine. So, and now could they bring it back? Yeah, I mean, in my opinion on this, at this point in time, these dudes, which are the minority of gamers, these guys are starting to get on my goddamn nerves. And I don't care who they are. I don't care what they look like, meaning I don't care about their ethnicity. Why in the world are these people this upset? You know, it's because they're a bunch of entitled, spoiled babies. Appreciate you, JP Loco. We are now one away from the not one away. We are now 4 away from the go. I appreciate you. Say Cold Violet is a new PlayStation 5 exclusive. Now, all right, well, we'll take a look at it here. I promise you, into the video, we'll take a look at it. Yeah, it was out yesterday. All right, yeah, we'll take a look at it. So let me go ahead and put it in the sling here. So here, let me put this back on the screen. Started talking and forgot to put this on the screen. And let's see here. There we go. So, and I don't know what a God of War online game would have even been like, because everybody would have been trying to use the same characters. I mean, what is the purpose of that? And you know, Blue Point, I've always thought, yeah, you can just put them on a remaster soon. So, but yeah, overall, you check out Arcane Age 2, dude. It's good. All right, yeah, I'll check it out. No, I will not check it out. But you gotta understand, I've been sick with the flu. I barely was able to play anything. Even yesterday, I played a little bit of the college football game. So that one at Michigan State. So had a good quarterback, did well. 2 touchdown passes, 2 for 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, no pick. So can't complain about that. Had a good game. But I appreciate you, JP Loco, all the way from the land down under. JP Loco is the sponsor of the stream. He came through heavy-handed, with the $2 hop. So, so this is what you're seeing now is a bunch of people who, again, only want one type of game. Now, remember what I told you guys, that games are going to start getting more expensive. I really want you all to understand that the reason Sony is trying to do more live service games is to help offset the cost of these games. Sony is no longer going to be spending. I mean, there are some games like Spider-Man where they're going to spend exuberantly, and Spider-Man made like close to $740 million in profit. Okay, that includes it. So it's made over $1 billion. But I keep hearing people lie to you guys saying that they canceled the Spider-Man game. No, they didn't. There was never any Spider-Man deal. There was none of that was planned. None of it. It's just something that these guys make up. And the Horizon game makes sense because you could squad up and try to go after like one of these big old machines. That makes sense, but I don't know what else it could be besides that. Like, okay, what else do you do in this game? I understand you would get with 2 other people, maybe go out on a hunting party, and it'd say, you must, take down this enemy, and you can do a time trial and things like that. You must take down this enemy, but Aloy does that all by herself. So if you're playing Horizon Forbidden West, she gets to a point where at least my Aloy was like level 58 or something like that, which was, she was something else. All right, it was a fun-ass game, especially after you get the hang glider, which is after your first major encounter in the game. Once you get that hang glider, that game is so cool. Then you get to take over the machines, overriding the machines. That game was cool as hell. But ultimately, Sony won the game of the year. There's 3 characters up there on that screen. Kratos, Ellie, and Astrobot won Game of the Year, and Jin Sakai and Nathan Drake's been nominated for Game of the Year, and GT7's always Game of the Year. But Sony I've been saying this for years, Sony, what they do is they will come out with 2 AAA games a year. Then they will supplement it with a AA game or a game that they publish. So last year, they published a bunch of games. They published Helldivers. They published Stellar Blade. That was published by Sony onto PlayStation. And then they published, and and they also had Astrobot come out. So, and Rise of Ronin came out. So, which I believe was published by Sony. But the Helldivers 2's made them $650 million. Well, yeah, it's the game is done exceptionally well. So they tried multiplayer with God of War Ascension. Not sure how it was. Yeah, and see, that wasn't received well. So I think that's what they were doing. I think the Blue Point God of War game was Ascension or a version of that. So on version is a version of that. But put a 1 in the chat if you're interested in an armor Reforger. That's again a typical military shooter. You get to go around with a M4, M16, or HK5, whatever you want. Maybe some pineapples. But yeah, so it is what it is. 26 games last year through PlayStation. Well, there you go. So they launched a new crypto. Okay. Are you sure? How much is it right now? What's it called? Sonio? All right, let's see how much it's worth right now. Oh, I'll be damned. It is right here. It's a blockchain platform that aims to go mainstream. Oh, it's not mainstream yet. So, let's see here. Price, what is it? It's not telling me how much it is. It does not tell me how much it is. Oh, okay. All righty. It's at 0.0003. So yeah, that's when you buy. So that's when you buy. So yeah, I'll look into that. I'll see if I can pull that up on my Robinhood app and go. So he owns Helldivers, not just published it. Don't. Well, I think they own it, and somebody else made that game for them, right? I don't think a Sony first-party studio made the game. I think they gave somebody the license to make it, and then they made it. So, which is fine. Until Dawn trailer, I keep seeing that. Yeah. So, that's right. Sony published Until Dawn as well. So now you have people saying BS like, see, I'm going to see if I can find an old story for you guys here. Let's see here. There's a guy you may know. Let's see. I don't know if I can find it now. But Sean Layton years ago started his own business. See, Sean Layton business maybe. Let's see here. All right, so if you didn't know, Sean Layton, of former Sony Sean Layton, he started a studio where their job was to go around and find games that could be converted to TV shows and movies. He helped Sony do that. So JP Local says, have I seen the Until Dawn movie trailer? No, I have not. I promise you I'll watch it, okay? I will watch it. That game came out and it did 2 million. You had people saying it was. These guys are telling you, man. I'm gonna have to call out a spade. Don't listen to MBG when he's saying this bullshit. Until Dawn overperformed with the PS4. They sold over 4 million. They weren't expecting to sell that many. The second one, the one that just came out, was it sold it sold 2 million. So again, they were only expecting the game to sell between 850,000 and 1 million, and it overperformed. But you don't get caught up in the trap that MBG is in, which is every game Sony makes needs to come out and sell 10 million. That's simply not true. They do not have to sell that much to make a profit. So, but shout out to JP for the $2 again. He says that, yeah, let me go ahead and pin this. Can I pin this? Not gonna let me. No, it won't let me from here. Let me pin it from over here. Let me put a heart. And all right, appreciate you. Make sure y'all hit the like button for my man JP Loco. He's sitting up here supporting the podcast. Make sure you get the likes on him. You know, that's always good. So yeah, don't get caught up in this. They don't. I mean, I've never seen it get. I never thought we would see a point where everybody believes it's like a Marvel movie. Marvel movies don't have to make $1 billion to make a profit. I mean, they don't. They made a profit. The entire Phase 1 made a profit. Every movie made a profit. The one that made way more than they thought was the Avengers. The Avengers made like $1.4 billion. They didn't expect that. Thor made a little over $400 million. Iron Man 1 made, you know what, 290 to 350 million. Talking about US dollars, not worldwide. But ultimately, the Avengers made over $1 billion. They didn't expect that. And Iron Man 2 did better than they thought. It did a higher number. So, Fire Sprite supposedly working until Dawn 2 is the rumor. Yeah, I mean, my understanding of it is that they set Until Dawn up to have a sequel. Now, the original Until Dawn, it had a beginning, middle, and ending. You know, so that fact that they did that means they changed it. So, E Nice in the house says Blue Point should have been remaking. I'm sorry, Blue Point should have been making a remake of Bloodborne or an expansion of Demons with the broken arsenal. Well, again, I don't know how the whole Bloodborne thing works. And again, Bloodborne did not sell well. I get it. It has its own loyal fan base, but it did not have a major wide adoption. I mean, that doesn't mean the game wasn't good. It just means that, you know, they're more about the games that for wider adoption. But I heard it didn't sell what they thought it was going to sell, or else they would have done it already. So, and each one is blaming the other one. Like the Bloodborne people are like, well, you got to ask Sony. And Sony's like, well, you got to ask, is it Miyazaki or something like that? So, I mean, I still think it comes out eventually. But now they are looking. That's why Sony, with the whole thing with Concord, said they were going to look at bringing back some old favorite IPs. Because one, they don't have to spend as much money to make it, and number two, they already have their own fan base. So, Helldivers is a first party IP that was made. Busy a second party. Arrowhead. Yeah, I don't think Sony owns Arrowhead. That's what I thought. I thought they had contracted Arrowhead. So that's what they did. You know, that's what they did. They contracted them. They do own that game now. They did own that game. So this year you got Ghost of Yote. You've got my goodness, I got Until Dawn on my brain. You have Death Stranding. Now that's not a Sony game. You have MLB The Show. That's a second AAA game. So, and then you have more games that they're going to announce. You know, you have a small game in baby steps where you all can stare at some white guy's cheeks for the whole game. And somebody tried to tell me it wasn't about his cheeks. It's like, yeah, it is. I mean, who wants to look at a man's cheek? So, as long as they make double of what the budget. So, if the budget was $60 million, they have to make 120. Well, yeah, if they make $70 million off a $60 million budget, they're going to be happy. Yeah, baby steps, cheeks. Yeah, you're because nobody, these guys that are telling you this stuff is failing, they're not in the room when the measure of success is set up. And I totally disagree with what Porter Rock was saying, because I look at a program like the NASA space program. NASA didn't go directly to the moon. They had to take steps, baby steps, no pun intended. They had to take steps to get there. And they have failures along the way. Look at what SpaceX is doing. They're launching rockets and landing them. They did that over 100 times before they got it right. So, you just don't put, I couldn't put people like this in charge of anything because failing is part of learning. And this is why I did agree with Extreme when he said Sony deserves to try to make these games, and if they don't work out, you apply what you learn to the next group. That's what you do. So you told me about the cheeks. Okay. Bloodborne sold 7 to 9 million copies. Okay, it was the 7th best selling PS4 exclusive back in 2017. Wasn't a whole lot of exclusives in set. What wasn't? Was that 2017? Sure, it wasn't 2016. Well, whatever it is, it didn't do the number like I said before. It didn't do the number they wanted, or else they could have remastered it. But they're not going to. But that's the problem: is that these people believe that they have some say in what's happening. I mean, I'm not dumb enough to sit here and tell you. I have absolutely no say in what Sony or any of these companies do. I am simply a number. My number is the number of my PlayStation unit. When you go to your settings and you pull up your PlayStation settings, you can go to what unit you have because you need to register it anyway for the warranties, and you put the warranty on them, and that's who you are. That's who you are to Sony. So, but Baby Steps was the first thing they showed at. Well, it's just a different kind of game. It looks like it's a game based on balance. And so Death Stranding is like that as well. At least, I mean, for me, once I got the balance thing down, understand what I can only, and as long as I was on the roads, that's the secret to Death Stranding, is just to build roads. So just to constantly build roads. Why did they hate Sony and Disney? Because those companies are winning. They're winning. They are winning. It's like somebody was, I was in a back and forth with somebody yesterday, and they finally, after about 20 minutes, said, well, Xbox isn't going anywhere. It's not going to die. I'm like, well, shit for brains. Who said, when did I say they were going to die? I said, they've been trying to get out of the console business for about 5 to 7 years now, and now they have a pathway out. They're going to take the pathway out. They're going to take the path of least resistance, as we would like to say in physics. So, but this whole notion that, well, these games, Sony shouldn't have done this. Well, but they need to be able to learn how to do this. So I'm glad that they got Armor Reforger, because now if Armor Reforger does well and they can keep making Armor games, now all of a sudden, when Call of Duty comes up to be renegotiated, which will be and people got to remember, that's going to happen in another 7 years. People are like, what's a 10-year agreement? But yeah, you start negotiating at about the 8th year, 7th, 8th year. So now Sony going to say, well, look, if you all pull this from us, we have Armor Reforged, and in essence, it's the same damn game. So, it's over the same damn game. Dying and changing to stay alive, two different things. That's what Microsoft is doing. It's like, okay, and again, I'm telling you all right now, if these live service games don't do well, and I do believe they're going to do okay, you all need to understand you don't need a gazillion people playing your game. Most live service games don't start like that. That's what makes Helldivers 2 so special. I mean, Fortnite didn't start like that. Rocket League didn't start like that. It just didn't. It didn't start like that. Playing Madden online, that didn't start well at all. They stayed with it, though. They stayed with it. Yeah, make sure you keep the people in LA in your prayers. It's ugly out there. I mean, they're losing everything. So that's real life. That is real life right there. What's going on out there. Don't worry about talking video games. So, but yeah, I've never understood why these guys aren't in the room when success is being, if they were to say, okay, we only need like with the Until Dawn game. They knew that wasn't going to be that's a horror game, and then it's styled the way it's styled. You had people like MBG talking bad about the game. Then when he actually bought it and played it, he enjoyed it. Him and his wife enjoyed playing it. So that's what I'm saying to people. Don't get caught up in what people are saying to you. Try it out yourself. That's a perfect example of someone who did that and enjoyed the game. Now, the reason why I haven't bought Armor Reforger is because it doesn't have a campaign. That's my understanding. I've heard two different people saying that it does not have a campaign. Then it said, well, you can just play against NPCs. I'm like, so is that a campaign? So, Trump inoculation snowing. Yeah, I mean, I know it's going to be real cold, so he's gone ahead and he's going to do his thing. So, we're 3 more away. We're 3 more away from the goal. So, actually, that goal is wrong. Hold on. Let me double check over on this side. It's not counting the goal. Let's start another goal. Oh, I see. It's because I didn't do the till right. Okay. So now the goal is this one more super chat. You get one more super chat. I'll stream Helldivers 2 today. So I just changed that goal. So, but, for me personally, seeing people saying these things, it just really goes to show you how effed up those people are. So I'm tired of being right all the time. Sony is a company known for prototyping and experimenting. Yeah. I agree. Monty White's in the house. Hero Down Under, Until Dawn was wonderful, but you haven't bought the remaster yet. Yeah, I mean, I haven't. I'm not, because I already finished the last one, and I think there were 7 kids or 8 kids, and I think for me, I saved 6 of them. And just like the other one, the quarry, only one of them passed away. So I think none of them did. Hold on, yeah, no, they didn't. I gotta remember. No, none of them passed away. Yeah, TikTok is banned in about another 12 hours, 12 to 14 hours in the United States. TikTok gets banned. One Horizon multiplayer comes out day 1. Yeah, again, I can understand Horizon having an online component because it's a big open world. But I don't understand it. It's kind of like, all right, that makes a little bit of sense. But God of War is not open. Now is the new God of War open world, the one that just came out, that was up for Game of the Year. Was that open world? The Hero Dunn said the Quarry was really good. Yeah, I enjoyed the Quarry. I enjoyed it. So, you get no beef out of me. I thought that game was fun. So I didn't buy it. I played it on Plus. It was one of the games on Plus. So, although those 2 guys in there, you all did realize that one guy was a booty bandit. I think that one white guy, it was a white guy and a black guy, and I think those 2 guys were bandits. So if you played the Quarry, you know who I'm talking about. It was the skinny black dude and then the skinny white guy. I think they were both bandits. So, but that's just my opinion, right? That's what I was already getting. Horizon already has the groundwork. Yeah, to me, Horizon makes sense. Did I already read the article? What article? What article are you talking about? So, remember, Quarry spelled with 2 R's. Zero Blade, Phantom Blade trailer next week. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. And see, that's the whole thing, is that everybody's going to be talking about that next week. So, and again, I'm interested in Phantom Blade. Now, if I had to go to war and the general said you could take a Phantom Blade, a Hell Blade, or a Stellar Blade, I'm taking a Hell Blade. So, oh, you bought the disc? Okay, cool. Yeah, I did see Phantom Blade getting some love, so I'm happy for that game. I don't know when it's coming out, but I know there's a lot coming out this year. So, and so for me personally, I'm good. I'm Gucci. But these people, they're already upset. Well, I just don't like what Sony's doing. I mean, you all know who I'm talking about, right? Y'all know who I'm talking about. So meanwhile, they're making record profits. So Disney's been scummy as of late. Actually, they have not. They knocked it out of the park with Skeleton Crew. You got Star Wars Andor coming out. Marvel, you got 3 movies plus Daredevil Born Again. That's coming. So they're fine. I keep trying to tell people Disney reported like record profits, but you got people saying that they don't know what they're doing. This is stupid. They're stupid. Make sure you get the like button. Fake outrage. Yeah, because the way the internet is set up, you all need to understand it is set up for people to have quick durations, meaning that's why they have YouTube shorts and things like that, so that you just look at something very quickly and you don't Again, you don't, DONT, you don't follow through with actual context. What I do here on my podcast is I give you context on what you're actually seeing. Again, Sony is going to be raising the price of their games coming up. Also, if you didn't see the new PS6, if you're going to buy it, the PS6 is going to have a UDNA. That's unified, the new unified DNA stuff from AMD. So if you're interested, Grand Theft Auto 6 got a Grand Theft Auto 6 update. Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to actually have the AI in it. So remember we were telling you it's going to have AI in it. I did a video on this over a year and a half ago about how they were programming the AI. Some girl actually did the video. And so how Rockstar uses the Rage engine. So they have a new AI in this, and it's going to just generate missions for you. And what it generates for you, it may not generate for me. It may not generate for Monty White. It may not generate for El Nini. It's going to give you a specific gaming experience. So that's the latest from Grand Theft Auto 6, which we all know the Rockstar Take-Two earnings call is in a couple of weeks. So if you want to know when Grand Theft Auto is coming out, when it's tracking, don't listen to me. Don't listen to Marlin Gaming Nation. Don't listen to MBG. Don't listen to none of us. You simply have to listen to that earnings call, which will be online. You can listen to it. I don't know why you would listen to an earnings call, but it sounds like that's what people are going to be doing. So Monty White says people listen to media too much, look up stuff sometimes. Yeah, you have to do your own research. I don't get it. Like, why do you not want to do your own research? So they had Sony made their live service strategy public. Yes and no. I mean, they have to make it public because they're a publicly shared company. So that's the truth. The truth is they're a publicly shared company. So they have to let the public know what they're doing. That's the truth, right? They ended up with public failures. Well, everybody fails, okay? The Last Jedi, what did Yoda tell Luke? You failed to learn the greatest lesson of all, the lesson from failure. Okay? You know, why they hate Trump this last campaign. You have a bunch of feminists and stuff like that, and intersectional feminists and things like that. They don't like Trump. So it is what it is. So, but yeah, you're going to fail up. Yeah. It's like one team is going to win the Super Bowl. The other 29 teams are failures. Console war rumor stuff. Yeah, that's why you all, the console war is over and these guys are looking for a new fight. Remember, we talked about that 2 weeks ago. I said the console war is over. Remember, we talked about it. These guys are going to have to go out and find something else to talk about, and they're not going to be able. We're going to see if they can do it. Obviously, they can't because they immediately revert back. Monty White says not having a campaign is you'll wait for it to go on sale. Yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So, Girl Down says you think it was too public. Well, like I said, they have to make their plans public because they're a publicly traded company. So, I'm Team Single Player Studios. Get ready to start paying more money. I mean, I keep on trying to tell you all, if you all are not going to support, which again, I'm the last person to be talking about calling in the B2 and getting one-man army. But if you're not going to support the live service push, then their single-player games are going to start costing more money. I'm telling you right now. So you all just better get it ready. I mean, I keep on trying to tell you all. So they might make a Cal Kestis live-action movie. Yeah, I mean, the fans would like to see that. They'd like to see what he did in between episode 4 and 5. That's when all that stuff is happening. So here, let's try to pull up this. What was the name of that one trailer you all just told me now and forgot? Cold Violet? Let's see here. So, let's see here. Violet. All right, let's look at this one. Hold on. Let me take the sound down here. Oh, let me put this back on the screen. Do that. Do that. Do screen capture. So now we're about to take a look at Cold Violet. And let's see here. Alrighty, here we go.
Evacuation protocol is in effect. Please everyone make your way to the Star Bridge.
Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come, baby. Cradle and all.
Without context, all that awaits you is confusion and hurt. You're making a grave mistake.
All this time, we've been lying to everyone? What are we actually doing?
What do you mean, creatures?
No, this can't be real.
Do you remember yet?
So many lives have been lost that just didn't need to. And most of them innocent. No one deserved any of this.
We did everything for you. We were a family.
PlayStation.
All right, I still don't understand what I'm looking at, but okay. It looked different. It's probably not going to be called Cold Violet. Probably be called something else. So, but look pretty good. So people, Monty White says, also people microtransactions are optional. You don't have to spend in game unless you choose to. There you go. GTA Online, the most you spent was $10. See, I never spent a dime. Yeah, Nintendo Switch 2. What is my opinion on the Switch 2? I'm not gonna. As of right now, I'm not buying it. Even though I am hearing some Donkey Kong rumors, so I'll keep an eye on it. So we'll see. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll pay what I would need to. I'm a grown ass man. Yeah, I mean, I've not paid for any microtransactions in a long time. And most of the games you just unlock it during the game. That's what I prefer. I prefer it be unlocked during the game. So, yeah, day one for you. Yeah, how many of y'all saw that trailer and think it's day one for you? So, how many of y'all how many of y'all plan on buying Project Violet day one? I mean, I'm just asking. So for trying to pull up another trailer for you guys. I haven't seen you all talking about this one yet. See here if I can find it for you. No, no, it's not on that. There's Black Myth Wukong. Let me see here. Let me show you some. Yeah. Well, let's go back to CES.
When you shop Simple Truth, you don't.
I can't use IGN. There's a game called The Black State or Black State. Make sure you look into that. Make sure you hit the like button as well. You need to see more gameplay for Project Valve. Yeah, we saw her walking one time, but it looked like what? It looked like there were dinosaurs in outer space on another planet. Okay, I mean, I'm not against that. I just need a little more context. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. So yeah. So I agree with you on that one. You're a Dino Crisis guy, Paul's. Well, yeah, I like Dino Crisis as well. Yeah, Dino Crisis and then Resident Evil 1 or 2 were out at the same time, and people were loving it. Yeah, I agree. Got to see some gameplay. I'm the same with the Naughty Dog game, Intergalactic. Got to see gameplay. You know, but the character looks cool. It's a cool concept, but what's going to do difference in that and Returnal? Because in Returnal, don't you get stuck on another planet and you keep returning? I mean, what the hell is this? So, Monty White says, in order to succeed, you have to take risks that might teach you a lesson, that will teach you lessons. I agree. Every decision you make ain't gonna hit. All they're gonna do is maintain the formula of the Last of Us factions and Uncharted Online. Again, that's the whole thing. Is they're allowed to try to expand and see what else they can get and see what else can make. I mean, look, Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 was nothing like Helldivers 1 apparently. So just have to wait and see how it turns out. So it's not the end of the world that they're canceling projects. I mean, would you rather them back a project that fails? So Returnal Reveal had lots of gameplay into, of course. Well, yeah, that did, but that was an alpha. You could tell that Project Violet, that was alpha gameplay. You can look at the characters. The characters had no definition in their faces. That's alpha. They're still building on that. No different than the game I'm really following, which is Exodus. And with Exodus, with Exodus, you could tell that was alpha gameplay. And it still looks very good, but I don't know if you all noticed with Exodus, all the players looked the same, didn't they? The guys and the women had the exact same faces because they're still building upon the faces. So it's cool. Got no beef for me at all. But yeah, I agree. We do have to see some gameplay. I'm not opposed to seeing gameplay. Y'all know that. So, yeah, El Nini. Yeah, I was going to touch on that before I left. Huge UFO special tonight on News Nation. We're going to find out. I mean, they've been talking about stuff all week long, and we're going to find out tonight. I'm not bigging it up. I'm going to watch it, but allegedly a whistleblower has come out. If you haven't been following, a whistleblower has come out and has said that they have video of a crashed extraterrestrial craft. Now, we're going to find out if that's true or not. That's all I can say. We're going to find out. And everybody's talking about it. Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, everybody's talking about it. So we're going to see. Is this the disclosure we've been waiting on? Pragmatica is a game you're curious about. Yeah, there you go. That game has been stuck in development hell since 2018? But yeah. Egg-shaped UFO. Yeah, I mean, again, that's we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. So I'm watching it. I mean, I don't care about the NFL game. Actually, I do, but I'm gonna be watching News Nation. That is on News Nation, which is, I don't think it's a station. I think it's just on cable. I think, at least the way I watch it is on cable. So protect him because we know they get unalive. Yeah, we're gonna. Well, this guy is allegedly a tier 1 helicopter pilot. So tier 1 guys are recruited. You all know that, right? So what's the difference between Dev Groove, which is SEAL Team 6, and SEAL Team 3? Well, the difference is Dev Groove recruits out of the SEAL teams. Dev Groove recruits out of CIA, Delta, Rangers, and SEALs. So let me see if I can make sure I can watch it, though. Let's see here. I'm just going to type in News Nation Live. So, yeah, I can subscribe to News Nation, but...
News Nation Friday.
Yeah, hold on, live. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, it's recorded, and that's it. So, newsnation.com. Maybe I can watch it on News Nation Live. Let's see here. Yeah, I can watch it live. All right. Well, it says connect to provider. This is a live TV free preview. Connect your TV to watch. Let's see if it'll allow me to do that. It'll probably tell me go kick rocks. Yeah, it's not included in my Spectral TV programming. So I will just be trying to catch the snippets of it. We're going to find out. We're going to find out tonight. So let's see here. Maybe someday full disclosure. Well, you all have gotten more disclosure in the last, since 2017. We've gotten more disclosure than anything else. So woke left and woke right. So, all righty, there you go. So, but I agree with you all. Got to see some gameplay. But yeah, definitely not worried about that. But guys, look, Sony, after what happened with Concord, they are now They said they were going to review every live service game, and if they don't believe it's up to snuff, they're going to cancel those projects. Now, they didn't lay nobody off. They didn't fire people. They just put them on another project. So, if I heard of the game Disorder, I have not. So, I am not. But guys, I'm going to get on off here. I've been here an hour and a half. Oh, that was strange. I've been on for an hour and a half. So it's straight. So I'm gonna get off here while the getting's good before something else shuts down. So but you guys have a good one. I will try to podcast tonight. And let me give you I'll give you one more minute for a $2 super chat. So we got 8 minutes for a $2 super chat. We'll stay here 8 more minutes with you. And if we get a $2 super chat, I will stream Helldivers 2 today. So but I need a $2 chat to keep it going. So even though JP Loco did his thing, well, technically we did it. So we'll stream it. We'll go ahead and stream it. We'll stream it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and order my groceries, and I'm going to jump onto PlayStation and go from there. So if somebody wants to invite me to play Helldivers 2, that is perfectly fine. And if not, we'll go from there. But all right then, I'll talk to you guys later. It's been real, been fun. It ain't been real fun though, right? Now I appreciate you all. Shout out to everybody that was here. One Trick Pony. Everybody came through. Monty White, JP Loco, the stream sponsor. Big shout out from the man down under. We had 2, I think Hero Down Under is down in Australia as well. So you and JP Loco should go get together and have a pint and have some Barbie on the grill. But all right then, you all take it easy. Make sure you watch the UFO special tonight. Going to definitely be talking about that tomorrow. Take care. Deuces.